Yo, what's going on? It is Lionel Mosby Jr. with the Mini Mansions team, powered by Fathom Realty. And we are preparing a place for you. And I just want to welcome you back to my channel. This is Road to Six Figures. Of course, the journey is going to take us to a place to where our business is a total different place, right? But this is for that accountability that we all need in order to get to that place. So I just want to talk a little bit about last week. Just a review of last week, a review of the numbers. So I think we started making calls on December 6th. That was actually the first day that we, just said, look, we're going to start and we're going to start recording and putting it up. So last week, as you see on the board, the numbers I got is 137 contacts. That's just outreach, right? Just me reaching out. We got 37 actual conversations. From those 67 conversations, we had 9 triage calls. And what a triage call is simply is anytime we have a conversation and it specifically leads into us having a major conversation about real estate that the prospect is engaged in, then we count that as a triage call. So that's different from just having a conversation with a sphere just to continue to build a relationship, or calling the fsbo, but they're not interested, right? But we're just talking about actual triage conversations where there's some interest of moving toward appointment. So from those 9 triage calls, we actually had 7 offers. These are appointment offers, right? To where they're in a place or position where you say, okay, they're in a space that we can move forward with them in this time in order to look at actually getting together with them. And so then from there, from those 7 offers, we had actually 5 booked appointments. So those are booked appointments, and this is book appointments that consist of both sellers and buyers, of course. And from those 5 booked appointments, we had 3 live appointments. I had 3 appointments that actually go through and they move forward. Some of those are actually moved, like one of those appointments, for example, is today, this afternoon. So it's not that all that the 2 that didn't happen were lost. They just could have been moved and they didn't go live, right? But this is just the way we have in order to track the numbers and to know where we are, and to be able to do what we're doing now, which is like look back at the week and say, okay, how was the week? How did it go? Was it a blessing? Was it good? Like, it's always a blessing, but how can we improve? How can we get better? What do we need to tweak? What do we need to change? So really the first thing that stands out when I look back at the week, and it's the reason that it's so important for us to really jot down our numbers, is one, I didn't have enough outreach. I didn't contact enough people. Of course, my goal is to actually have 100 conversations for every week, right? Now, I know we started on the 6th, which I believe was Tuesday last week. Yeah, it was Tuesday last week. So we lost 2 days, but still at the end of the day, that's enough time to make to have 100 conversations. So we only had 67 conversations, which is, it's all right. At least we had conversations, but it's not the goal, right? And the goal is to have at least 100 conversations every week. That's 10 sphere connects every day, right? So 50 conversations should just be people that's in our sphere influence, right? That we continue to build with. That should be easy, right? That should always happen. And then 50, of course, is specifically outreach toward individuals who we have no connection with so far, right? And of course, a large portion of that we're doing through cold calling. Of course, we use social media to do that as well. We do that through some Facebook groups, the local Facebook groups and things like that. But we just want to have outreach to at least 100 people a week. That would make us have 400 conversations minimally a month, right? And of course, for every 100 conversations, we're looking at one solid signed representation agreement. That's whether it's a buyer or a listing agreement, right? So that's the first thing that stood out, right? Is if we need to increase the outreach so that way we actually have enough outreach to individuals to be able to have the conversation we need to have every week. I think the appointment offer to appointment booked was pretty good from 9 to 7. So I think that is fairly spot on. And also the appointment offers from 7 to 5. I think that's spot on as well. Of course, we're definitely not going to ever take 100% of people who we offer. We're not going to offer to 100 people, because we're going to see that some people, when we have the triage calls, are not in that position yet. We're going to put them into our CM and nurture them over time until they're ready. So we're not going to ever offer 100 100%. We're not going to ever get 100% to book an appointment, of course, right? But we need to be asking every week. We need to be offering, right, for people to book an appointment with us. And that appointment could be a buyer consultation in person or online. That could be scheduling, right, showings, right, especially dealing with buyers. For sellers, that could be booking a house viewing, right? We're just actually going to view the property, not necessarily a listing specific presentation, or there could be a listing presentation itself. So this is how I'm looking at booked appointments. So it is a broader net, right? But again, the thought process is not that we're going to call these homeowners and that they're going to list as soon as they pick up the phone, like, oh, I've been waiting for you to call. Let me list for you right now. No, I know that's not how it's going to happen. It's going to be us nurturing and building a relationship over time, seeing how we can add value to them in different ways. And then that's going to move forward to help us actually have a relationship with them so that when they come to the point where they know they need to list in order to get the house and get the property sold, that we are going to be the realtors. We're going to be the team that they're going to reach out to. So that's the goal, right? It takes, they say, average about 90 days, really, for fsbo to go from start trying to sell and listing with a realtor. So we want to be in front of them and want to stay contacting and keeping in contact with them over time. So that's what the goal is. As we look at last week, when I think of the booked appointments, the live appointments that we had, they were great appointments. We're able to show a couple properties to one client. They actually came in from one of our ad sources. And so we're moving forward from getting them pre-qualified. So they're on the buying side. The two sellers that we actually connected with had great conversations. We're able to build a lot of rapport with them. Understand a little bit about their motivation, a little bit about their family situation, a little bit about the reason that they're seeking to sell the property. And that's always great because, again, like, it's about building rapport and keeping connection over time. And, we want to be endeared to the individuals we're seeking to work with. And at the end of the day, that's our goal, that's our desire. With Mini Mansions, we are truly preparing a place for you, right? And so with sellers, right, it means that they're moving from the position that they're in to a different position in life, right? For one of the sellers we talked to, right, they're getting older. They've been in that property for over 30 years, but now they need a one-story home, right, because they're getting older. Of course, there's more opportunities for injury, things of that nature, going up and downstairs. So this is a reason why they need to move to a different position, right? And so, of course, we are helping to prepare them for this new location. That's our goal. It's a need that they have. We're not coming in to force anybody to sell or force anybody to buy. No, we're looking to be a liaison with them, right? We're partnering with the individuals that we're working with in order to help them through this process. So that's really our goal. And that's why I love real estate, right? It helps people along their journey because every move is really a spiritual thing, right? And so that's why I love it and I'm involved in it. We also had an event this weekend that we did in connection with my wife's business, Black Radish. So it was an awesome event, Created to Create, that we did. And so we met a lot of people there, made a lot of connections there. That technically actually falls into this next week because it was on Sunday. So our week goes from Sunday to Sabbath. And so that's how we look at it. But that was a great event, and we made a lot of connections there. And so I think those connections we're going to be to build and, over time. As a matter of fact, one of the individuals we're going to be showing some properties to today is someone we've connected with on Facebook, someone that's been a part of Come to Our Word and Deed events that we've done, right, which is a poetry events that we have every 2 weeks. And so even as you're thinking about events or thinking about different things for you that you want to do, maybe on your road to six figures, it doesn't have to be specifically something that's specific real estate related. The whole thing is to make contacts and connect with people, right? That's why you see a lot of people out here doing things with communities, with different organizations. So what they're part of, maybe just a PTA organization, right, for the school or the football team, right? But they're getting to meet people and rub shoulders with people and be able to have those conversations about what they do. So that at that time when those people are ready, or when they know other people that's looking to make a decision on real estate, they can, hey, I'm gonna hook you up with this person that I built a relationship with. So that's really the goal, right? And so we're going to be continuing to do that over time as well, and looking for more opportunities in 2023 specifically to have even more events that be able to connect us with people. So last week was really good as far as that is concerned, as far as making connections. And I think that's one skill set that the Lord has definitely blessed me with, is to be able to do that. But what I have to do is stay consistent on hitting my numbers to make the amount of connections I need to make for the numbers that we're trying to hit toward the end of this year, and also taking through the success that we know that it could be. So so that's my goal this week, to make sure I get those 100 conversations. And of course, that means I need to have way more than 137 outreaches, right, to those individuals. So yesterday was a slow day. Today's Tuesday. Yesterday was Monday. Yesterday was a slow day because we had some appointments already scheduled. So it's a good thing, right? It's a great thing. You know what I'm saying? But we also got to still hit our numbers, right? So it's 6 working days in a week. So we're gonna hit these 6 working days and make it work. You feel me? So let me know how your week was, right? What were your numbers this week? How do you even list your numbers out, right? Maybe you list it out a different way. The whole point, right, is that we definitely track our numbers, and tracking is super important. The last thing I would say is, one thing that I realized last week is, as I had these conversations and took down and jotted notes of the different people in the conversations I had, I took another day to actually put individuals in the CRM. I think what I definitely would have to do is have sometime that day. I don't know if I could do it at the end of my call time, but maybe the end of that day, I need to put those individuals in the CRM that I've made connections with, because you can lose some of the essence of the conversations that you've had, especially when you've had 20 people that you've talked to, 30 people that you've talked to. I mean, there's a lot of people you've gone throughout the whole day or a couple of days. Now you're trying to put people in the CRM. And some of those details are very important, so that, we can stay connected with people, right? Some of the information that they give us, whether about the house, the property, the motivation, or just about themselves, their family, things they love about, or where they're looking to go. Those things are important, right? Remember, and really shows that, shows people that we're paying attention, that we're taking these things into account. So that's one thing too that I'm going to be more particular on, is to make sure I more quickly enter people into the CRM system, so that way I can follow up. And also the good thing is, when we talk about making contacts, and this is something I've learned from looking at some coaching sources, is, as you continue to do this and make calls to connect with people, you're going to be able to hit your numbers more easily over time, because one, again, you got your spirit, and your spirit continues to grow. But then also you got a lot of follow-up connections and calls that you're going to be making, right? And those conversations are obviously going to be way smoother. You're going to be calling people you have the right information for, going to make you and help you to be able to hit your numbers easier over time too. So, I mean, these first couple months are going to be really tough as far as building up, but man, once you get it in motion, it's going to be crazy. So anyway, that's the weekly review. So I'm about to go ahead and get on these calls for the day, because I got a call before we go out on these showing appointments, but I know this week is going to be even greater than last one. So Simon Mosby, the Mini Matches team, where we are preparing a place for you, and this is our road to 6 figures. See you later.